What's up? What's up? My name is Nunchi Goya. I've been here for a minute. I've been here for a minute, but I have not done really any tags for booktube because I really didn't know. Like, I had seen tags happen, I just didn't know how they work, and I was like not gonna do that research. But here we are. I'm gonna do the Newbie Booktuber book tag. Okay. I said that wrong. Anyway, series of questions I wrote down here. It will also be on my blog for those of you who don't want to sit through an entire video. First question. Why did I start this channel? I started this channel because this is probably my most authentic version of myself. We all have versions of ourselves that we show at different places. Obviously, I can't be a crackhead at work most of the time. I can't always just be 10 on 10 all the time. I can't share certain things with certain people because they're just not interested in it, and it wouldn't be much of a conversation because I would just be one monopolizing the entire thing. So this version of myself where I get to rant and rave and gush about books and talk about things I like and give news on being an author, that's why I created the channel. That, and because of Wattpad. I love a lot of stories on Wattpad. I love a lot of fanfics, and I wanted to kind of bring that into the book world as a whole because it's all reading and we all love to do it. What are some fun and unique things that I could bring to the table? I am an absolute crackhead. I don't know if that's fun. I don't know if that's unique, but that's what I am. I'm most excited because I get to just gush about books and nobody can tell me to shut up about it. Like, you can exit the channel, but that doesn't stop me from actually talking. I still get my words in. I love to read because I am just like every other gifted child, traumatized from birth type deal. It gave me an escape. It gave me a different thing to look at other than the life I did not want to be living at the time. And it was really just a coping mechanism. I now do it. I had to re-fall in love with reading because there was a span of time where I think I read maybe 2 or 3 books in a year. And they were books I had like that were in a series and I wanted to finish the series. But I had fallen out of love with reading because it was such an escapist thing for me to do. It was literally just to get me out of my current situation and literally be anywhere else. And now I do it because I'm in such a better place than I was a few years ago, even 2 years ago. I can now actually leave the house without dying of anxiety. So that's always nice. So now I read it just out of sheer enjoyment and watch it, just loving stories unfold and meeting characters that I would not have otherwise ever had the chance to meet, even if they are fictional. The book series that got me into reading. I think this is pretty much everybody but The Magic Tree House. Deepest love of reading I ever entered. Like, I had always loved reading, but like that book is the one I remember like I had to read the rest of it. I had to read all of it. I had to know all of it. Also, Amelia Bedelia. Questions for favorite booktubers. I feel like this is kind of a pointless question to ask because most booktubers do these tags eventually, or they ask on Instagram, and it's just so easy to get your question answered now comparatively because there's just so many different ways to get the answer directly from them too. Hardest thing to overcome is I am a jack of all trades, absolutely master of none. So I actually am not super concerned about editing and things like that. I always like to learn more and improve on what I have. But I think the hardest thing is trying not to be too negative. Because I love to rant and I love to rave and I love to gush about books. But I sometimes get caught up in the thing that somebody else absolutely hated the book and I'm just like, oh, I have an underdeveloped sense of what I like to read. And then I have to remind myself, like, no, everybody likes different things. So people hate books that I love and love books that I hate, and it's just, that's how it is. And trying to do a video where it's a rant video does introduce negativity into it. So anytime I do a video, I do always try to bring in things that I liked about something rather than just straight ranting about it. But honestly, if I didn't like the book, I probably didn't finish it. I started reading when before I went to school, so probably like 5-ish, 4-ish, something like that. Like, you know, little tiny kid cardboard books. I somehow, probably my grandma or my mom put on something, I figured out how to read, and I was reading before I was in school. I read a lot at work. I am lucky enough that I get to read, or I get to listen to audiobooks while I am sewing. I am a seamstress, so I'm a bridal seamstress, so I get to sew all day on sew days, and then on fitting days where my job is to sew and then intervene if I need to. It is a CSR's job to kind of take care of people for pickups unless they have a specific question for the seamstress, me on that day. So I get to do most of my reading at work. The kinds of books I like to read range from literally anything. The only kind of books I really tend to stay away from are things that are overly romantic, because I feel like if I want a rom-com, I will watch it over anything. My favorites to read are more on the fantasy adventure spectrum. And coming of age, anything coming of age and found family, I will die for. But I do like that in a fantasy adventure setting. I do like romance, but I am picky about what kind I read. As far as what my book collection looks like, I have a few displayed because books bring me comfort and I enjoy having them within my site. I have about 400 to 500 books in all, but I can't display all of them because I do rent a room from my brother, and part of it is, it's like an office space, so there's no actual door instead for what I put up. So I can't really fit bookcases in here along with all my other work stuff and things because I do work from home as well, along with the seamstress job I have. Super short video this time, just an intro video, intro to my blog somewhere on here. I'm still designing stuff for it, but by the time this is up, I'm gonna release it. Today is October 20-somethingth, 9th, 30th is Saturday, so 30th, 29th. So it's like the 27th. It's like the October 27th. I have a ton of stuff to do today. Hopefully get this edited tonight as I am laying in bed. My little puppers, I'm going to link their Instagrams down below. I am getting her ready for her little costume contest that she's going to enter in on TikTok and Pinterest. Not Pinterest, wow. Instagram. She does have a costume contest. She's going to Saturday, so that is exciting. And that is pretty much it. The only thing I would like to say is everybody else that I have seen do this tag, and I'm gonna link their videos down below. Everybody else I've seen do this tag, when it gets to the part where it says what's this unique thing you can bring, people have either said something along the lines of, and this is not me trying to be a hater, but I want to see people dig deeper into themselves because I love watching self-discovery. As I said, one of my favorite tropes is the coming of age, or the genre is the coming of age story. If your only unique thing to say is I'm different because I don't have a ton of time to read, or I don't have a huge bookcase, dig deeper. You are more unique than that. Nobody has time to read. Most people don't have giant bookcases that they can display their trophies in. Dig deeper. You're unique. Are you loud? Be loud. Yell. Express yourself, your love of books. Are you really quiet? I know several people on TikTok I watch just because they tell things so quietly. And it's just, the way they speak is just mesmerizing to watch. You're more unique than the thing you do or do not have physically. Dig deeper. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to tag several people below that I had seen do the booktube, or the Newbie Booktube, and I'm also going to post it on my blog, and I'm going to link their channels as well. I hope to kind of grow and create a community here with all my book lovers. All my links will be down below, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Psych, not just yet. Also, I'm an author. My name is Nunchi Goya on here. I occasionally go by the nickname Noonie for short. And this is my book. It is a contemporary coming-of-age romance set in college. Girl is on an internship, and she is two objectives on this trip. She wants to find a distraction, and she wants to nail her internship, and she is doing it to run away from grief from home. What kind of grief that is, what kind of story this ends up being, I will let you find out. It is available on Amazon. I will link below. The hardback cover is by mistake on sale right now, but don't buy it yet because I'm adding extra scenes to the back of it that are going to be more fun, and because the hardback's more expensive, it is going to be more fun to have those extra pieces in there. The paperback version is, this is my get to see it first version. paperback version is available and the ebook is available, and I am working on the audiobook right now. I will see you guys next time, and bye.